Okay, just so I can be as organized as possible, I have to break this software that I use to teach remotely down into about maybe 3 to 4 videos. So this is the part one. The apps I use with the Apple Pencil and iPad Mini 5, and I'm trying to do this in order of importance for me. So number one is actually record it, basically screen recording. Live board is basically the board to use. So if you were in the classroom, the whiteboard or the smart board. So that's just the board. So think of being able to write. And then iMovie, because before I actually upload something I recording, live board or record it, I edit it first. That's just me. I'm a YouTuber, so I like to edit. So this is just simply to edit. And right now, Liveboard is glitching. It does this. And then next, Google Drive. So Google Drive is really important for me and what I've been doing. So Google Drive is what I'm about to show you guys really quickly, how I use all of these, because even though you know the names of these apps, keep watching the video because you probably going to need to know more information as we go. So don't think, oh, I know all the apps she uses, I'll just go download these. No. Watch the video and see what I actually do with these apps. Okay. I'm about to show you the software that I'm using on the iPad Mini 5 while using the Apple Pencil. So that's how I'm going to do the software. I'm going to tell you exactly what hardware I'm on and what specific apps I use for that piece of hardware. So the first thing I want to talk about is this one, Record It. That's what I'm using right now. It's broadcasting my screen, and then I have to turn the microphone on, and then you just start the broadcast, and then it records everything you do on the screen. And it's a great backup just in case you accidentally make a mistake with some of your apps. If you record in a screen broadcast, then say, for example, you forget to turn on your mic on another app or record something. If you're recording it on screen broadcast, it's going to record everything you do anyway. So I'm about to show you guys another app that I do use. So one thing I want to say about this Record It is it has a really nice feature where after you record whatever you recording, you stop broadcast, and then you got to save it immediately to your device, and then ad will show up. Just a 5-second ad. It doesn't disrupt anything. Just you have to listen to the ad for 5 seconds, and then after that you X out of it, and then it's saved onto your device, right? And I can't show you guys right now because I'm using the program. But another feature that's cool is after you've done that and you recorded your screen, you can go back in the screen broadcast, and then you can face cam yourself talking about your own video. So you can basically screen record something without using any vocals or anything. You could just screen record it, and then you can go back and then put narration over it, and also use the face cam feature. But for now, you can't use it. So when you're recording, broadcasting live like this, you cannot use the face cam feature. You can only use that after you have actually recorded something. So I'm going to try to go fast because this is a lot of stuff I'm throwing at you guys. So I'm trying to use and spend about 1 or 2 minutes per app. And I'm going to tell you as much as I can about every app. The next one, and I'm going to go from order of importance to me. These may not be important to you, but this is the order of importance to me. So the most important one for me is Record It. And then the second most important app for me is Liveboard. I've been through a lot of these whiteboard apps. I've downloaded about 15 to 20 of them, and this is the last one. I'm not downloading anymore because I love this one. Liveboard, it allows me to do a lot. I'm just going to open up something that I already did because I want you to see how I'm using it. I'll do this one right here. Okay, so what I did is I inserted my background, which is my class background, like whiteboard in real life. So my whiteboard in real life looks like this. So I put that as my background, and then I inserted the And I'm going to use this to show you guys as I go. Then I inserted the Common Core State Standard that I was talking about, which also shows the objective for that lesson. And I took this right out of the Envisions math curriculum, so I didn't get that off the internet. It came out of the curriculum, the online teacher's manual. Okay, and this allows me to do a lot, so I'm about to show you guys. You see this? I can do a whole live lesson, erase what I need to erase, put a new math question up here. And just talk to my students like that. Exactly like how I do in the classroom, because I wanted to make this remote learning exactly the same as what was going on in my classroom, because I teach special education students and they do not do well if you know about disabilities. They do not do well when you change up things. So I wanted to keep everything as natural and consistent as possible for them. So this is just when I first introduce like a topic or I first introduce a strategy, I try to go here because my students will not do well if I just start playing a video, for example, or going into a lesson without really giving them any instruction. So I try to keep these ones just like I do in real life. And in real life, I keep my instructional portion of my lesson between 5 to 10 minutes. So I don't like to go over 5 to 10 minutes in this app. Now, you don't always have to use record it to record in this app. You can actually click up here and start recording, and it'll record the screen and your voice. It doesn't record your face or anything like that. But that's a really cool feature. You just push start recording and it records, and then when you're done, you stop. And another feature you can use is pages. So if you want to prepare before your lesson, you could already have pages filled out. So you can have like a bunch of pages filled out. So then when you start recording yourself, you can just click on that page and then go from there. And your lesson can be as long as you want. So something like a slideshow or anything like that will be perfect. Okay. And it's one more thing. So after you go out of here, you just have to go down here where you see recordings. So I'm going to click again. These are the boards and these are the recordings. So once you have stopped the video, all the recordings will be saved in here. And I love this feature because say something happens online with my Google Drive or any other platforms I'm using, guess what? I have a backup copy of every single lesson I've done on Liveboard. That's critical because my time is very valuable and I don't want to have to keep doing these lessons over and over because I'm moving forward with the next lesson. So as you can see, I have every single lesson that I've ever done saved right here. So if I ever need to go back and get it, I can actually go back and get it and probably re-edit it. Okay, that's a really important feature. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys was the option here. When you create a board, you can either do this horizontal or this vertical way. I only do the vertical way, and I'm going to just show you an example. Okay, so say I want to do an actual worksheet with my students. The only thing I have on my computer right now is this, and you can resize it so that only thing you want the students to see will be on the screen. So you could always screenshot something from the internet and then just insert it in here. And then what I do with this is like I just fill it in as I go and I walk the students through it. And when we were in school, what I was doing was giving the students the actual worksheet and then having them get on the video and do it as I go. So one thing I tell the students is to go at your own pace when I'm filling out these worksheets with them. And I tell them to pause the video. And one thing I noticed is that students' paces vary very widely. So I'll get one student who finishes the worksheet really quickly and another student who takes an extra special long time doing it. And that's really important that you give those students the opportunity to learn at their own pace. Because like I said, I do have special education. And so that's really critical to their learning, is to being able to go at their own pace and not at the teacher's pace. And that's something that is really important. And that's why I like to choose these options. So this is a good one if you want to go over a worksheet, to just do it like that. So I'm done with talking about Liveboard. One thing I will tell you is once you save it, so like, let's see if I have any saved. Yep, I have one right here that I edited. So like, this is an example of the video I did, and I used Liveboard to create that. So this is how I started the video off, by using Liveboard. But you do have to put the Liveboard videos through iMovie. So when you're creating your video, you have to actually edit it through. And same thing with the broadcast now, or record it now. You have to go in and get the video and then edit it and then upload it to the internet. You can't just save it from Record Now or save it from Liveboard and upload it directly to the internet. Or maybe you can, but I choose not to do that because I'm a YouTuber and I like to edit everything I do. Simple and plain. So I'm not going to go into iMovie, but iMovie is definitely an app that you want to use, and it's simple. You just insert each video you need, and then if you make a mistake, you literally just clip it out. And I don't have a lot to edit right now, so I'm just going to get out of it. But I'm going to do this video. So iMovie is an app that I do use, so you need that. Or any video editing software. It doesn't have to be specifically iMovie, but that's the one that I prefer. And then the next app I want to talk to you about is the Google Drive. Google Drive has played a really critical role for me. So I'm going to go into my math lessons. So once I have edited and clipped and got all the mistakes out of my lesson, then I'll go to Google Drive and I'll go into the folder. So I'll go into math lessons. And if it's just a regular video of instructional videos, I just put it right in here. You go to upload, and then you go to photos and videos, and then you go to recently added, and then whatever you want, you just select it and then push upload. Okay, once you upload it, then it'll look something like this. I like to give my videos a name. So this is a video that I've done.
And this is my player. And math is fun. Let's learn.
Hello students, it's Coach Watson here, or Pattern Man here today with another great math lesson. Okay, as you can see, I had a little intro before that video, and then I started off with the Liveboard lesson, and I inserted a picture right there. And then I also named it associative property of addition. So that was one of the things I was talking about in that video. And once I have the lesson into Google Drive, then it's ready to share to the students. And there's a lot of different ways you could share with students, but this is just one way that I do it. So what I'll do is I'll click share, copy the link. So I'll turn the link sharing on, copy the link, and then one option is I can go into Google Classroom. Okay, where's my Google Classroom at?